Verse 29 reads like this. It says, as soon as they left the synagogue, they went with James and John to the home of Simon and Andrew. Let me read that one verse again. As soon as they left the synagogue, they went with James and John to the home of Simon and Andrew. It doesn't say that Jesus went to J. Alexander. It didn't say that Jesus was going to stop over at the Palestinian Kroger and get a hen to cook. Y'all better hear me now. Because some of us have already plotted out in our mind what's going to happen here as soon as the benediction is given. But here it is. As soon as ministry has ended, I'm so glad we serve this kind of Savior. Jesus doesn't say, I'm tired. Jesus immediately goes into the home with James and John to Simon and Andrew's home because Simon's mother-in-law is in bed. He did not tell them that he was too exhausted or didn't have time. He went in and took the opportunity to do ministry. And saints of God, let me tell you something. This is an inconvenience because here it is. I told him at 7:30, I don't know how hard Jesus taught, but if he did anything like some of us, I wouldn't say that Jesus was a hooper or a closer, but I can imagine something went out of him. Because anytime you do the work of ministry, something goes out of you. But yet, he seizes this opportunity to do the work of ministry. And saints of God, write this down on your paper and in your spirit. When you are on the move, be prepared for any time opportunities. Be prepared for any time opportunities. Let me tell you something. Some of us, we will miss divine windows of opportunity because we expect them to only come in a certain kind of way. We expect them to only come on a certain schedule. Sometimes a divine opportunity will come in the most unlikely of situations, in the most unlikely of circumstances, in the most unlikely of places, from the most unlikely of people. But here it is. When the young puts it like this, it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. We keep asking God, open up doors, open up windows, make ways for us. But you need to be prepared when the opportunity comes. And sometimes I told him early service, I said, a late pastor would say, sometime your preaching opportunity will come when you sneak a preacher in a prayer. Sometimes someone will call on you to do something, to sing a song, to fix the cake. You better give it your A1 performance. You better bake your best cake because you never know how one opportunity will lead to another opportunity. Y'all better hear me in the church today. You never know how one door open will open up a door for something else. But let me tell you something. Some of us want God to open up doors, but we won't even go up and grab the knob. Stop asking God to do this, that, and the other. God open up a window and you won't even go to the windowsill. God make a way and you won't even get in position. God, I want a job, but you won't even go and fill out the application. If you want an opportunity, get prepared and in position because you never know how God is going to raise up an opportunity for you. I think about even in Motown. They talk about some of the acts that got signed in Motown. They didn't get a contract automatically. They started out typing and being janitors in Motown. But when they would see Barry Gordy coming up the hallway, they start typing and when they saw him coming and they were mopping, they Why? Because sometimes what you think you're there for is God's way of showing you he has something greater for you. But you have got to be willing to do your part, even show what God has put in you, and let it open up a window for you. See, let me tell you something. And every now and again, when God gives you opportunity to plant a seed for Jesus, seize that opportunity. See, I thought about, I was not familiar with Chance the Rapper until the Grammys. And here it is, Chance the Rapper could have had anybody on stage with him. All the genres of music, of all the people, but he had Kirk Franklin and Tamala Mann on stage with him. Because Chance the Rapper publicly professes his faith in Jesus Christ. And so he saw an opportunity and opened up a window and planted a seed. Let me tell you something. When God gives you an opportunity to speak up for Jesus, speak up for Jesus. When somebody asks you, how did you make it when you lost your mother, your father? You better tell them it was nobody but the Lord. How did you survive when you lost your job and they kept threatening to take everything you had? I trust in God wherever I may be, out on the land or on life's stormy sea. Sometime when somebody comes and asks you, what has been your anchor when the ship of your life capsized? You better tell them, if it had not been for the Lord who was on my side. How many folk know what I'm talking about? Some of us, the only reason why we got through the grief we went through was because we sought out some help and God put his hand on our shoulder. Some of us, the only reason why we've stayed the course when everybody else was running off to here and running off to there is because you knew that God told you that he would go before you and make a way for you. Some of us, the only reason why we haven't thrown in the towel on this, that, and the other is because we understand fully that we serve a God who is able to do exceeding and abundant above that which we could ever ask or think. How many folks have understood that kind of God in your life? And when the door is open, you better take the opportunity to speak up for Jesus.